Among the numerous stories that have stormed the Islamic world, the case of Neil Armstrong, the well-known astronaut and first man on the moon reverting to Islam, is by all accounts one that will never bite the dust. So what led to the circulation of such a huge claim all around the world? If false, then who would have had the audacity to spread misinformation, knowing well that Armstrong was still alive and well at that time, and could easily refute such rumors? With no other background information, the only available data to be found on the conversion was based on Armstrong hearing the adhan on the moon first, and then later somewhere in Egypt, which propagated his immediate conversion to Islam. It is said that when Neil Armstrong and company walked on the moon, they heard sounds in a peculiar language they didn't comprehend. After their return, one day when Armstrong was in Egypt, he heard the adhan and stated, "It was spacey, something comparable to what I heard while I was on the moon." An Egyptian friend revealed to him that it was the sound of the adhan, which is the Muslims' call to prayer. What's more, Neil Armstrong promptly became Muslim due to this divine experience. Over the years, Armstrong was invited by many Muslim organizations to attend Islamic gatherings and other festivities around the world. In 1983, the number of invitations was so large that he had to approach the U.S. State Department for help to release an official statement declaring his faith. The official letter from the U.S. State Department rejected any conversion claim and stated that Armstrong was wrongly declared a Muslim, due to which he had been offered to participate in different Islamic activities. Armstrong did not wish to disrespect or offend the religious sentiments of Muslims, and instead politely dismissed him being a Muslim revert. The letter also requested that inquirers should be informed the same, and also that he is not interested in traveling to be a part of Islamic activities. Even though the statement from the U.S. government was successful in clearing the false rumors in official publications, the rumors managed to survive through word of mouth as well as social media. Armstrong lived in a city called Lebanon, in the U.S. state of Ohio. Some defenders went as far as to say that Armstrong had relocated to the Middle Eastern Lebanon after accepting Islam. Another weird and misleading rumor was of seeing the Holy Quran by the explorers during their Apollo 11 mission. Despite the fact that the Joint State Department proclamation helped to get rid of the story in the media and papers, the word lived on through informal exchange and was then shared on internet posts, with new myths added as the NASA legend kept on circumnavigating the globe. A few purveyors of the legend overlooked the rebuttal perspective, and instead went further to add that Armstrong was so dedicated to Islam that he had moved to Lebanon, the other one. Online posts even falsely guaranteed that declassified NASA tapes made during the Apollo 11 mission had the explorers talking about seeing something that rumor mongers allegedly referred to as the presence of the Holy Quran. There is no proof at all to help the case that Neil Armstrong reverted to Islam, or that he and the other Apollo 11 group individuals saw anything phenomenal while on the moon. On the contrary, there is overflowing measures of proof that in both a straightforward and indirect way demonstrate the whole case to be a lie. The proof against this case is solid to such an extent that there has even been a fatwa from Sheikh Mohammed Salih al-Munajjid's Islam Q&A ruling these rumors as fabricated. He stated that if the story of such a famous person becoming a Muslim was really true, you would see him calling people to Islam, and you would see the scholars and da'is in the Islamic media meeting him and talking to him, none of which happened in this case. Armstrong himself in his life account denied ever reverting to Islam. The U.S. State Department additionally denied any fact behind these bits of gossip. He later, in Malaysia, expressly denied that there was any fact behind the case that he either heard the Muslim call to prayer on the moon, or that the transcript and sound of the moon recording itself had any peculiar sounds, or that similar words were ever heard. In Armstrong's official 2005 biography, First Man, The Life of Neil A. Armstrong, he states in his own words that the conversion rumors are untrue. I have found that many organizations claim me as a member, for which I am not a member, and a lot of different families, Armstrong families and others, make connections, many of which don't exist. So many people identify with the success of Apollo. The claim about my becoming a Muslim is just an extreme version of people inevitably telling me They know somebody whom I might know. Rest. Allah knows best.